What is going on, Chatbot Builders? It's Friday. That means it's my day to have some fun with CBB Nation. And we're going to have some unique fun. We're going to bring some new flavor to your ear tonight. How are y'all doing? Anybody out here? I could chill by myself, but I hope I'm not by Yes. There's Asta. Thanks for getting this up, bro. Well, we got him going. The king of web chat. Charles, this one, I promise you, it's got your name all over it. And we are too quick, man. I love CBB Nation. What's up? Everybody in the house. I'm going to get straight to it. For those of y'all that don't know, my name is Ryan, and I'm a dad now with a 2-year-old, just turned 2. Sweet little Vivi. One on the way, coming in May. What up? So, being a girl dad, I've had my fair share of Barbie dolls and stuff in my house. I've also had the privilege to have lots of sing-alongs and listen to lots of children's entertainment programs that I'm not familiar with, that they didn't have in my time. And I'm going to bring it back. Don't worry. It's not all about my family right now, but I'm just, many of you understand now the power of YouTube. There's a YouTube woman educator named Miss Rachel, and she is awesome. She's taught millions of kids, I guess, all sorts of things here. Baby learning. And Vivi is very smart. And so, we're not affiliated with Miss Rachel, although that would be awesome. I did make something here, and I think y'all are going to like it. The idea is to only inspire you and understand what can be done with AI. And today we got a cool thing going on because this lady, she's so famous, YouTube big, mega big. She's got her own like toy here. And so when you click the little hand, oops, she's talking to you. Yeah, this will be the thumbnail of the year. Okay, I've heard this Wheels on the Bus song so many times, I'm not going crazy. But you guys, you get the idea. Now, what fell out of this thing was this card, which I think is very interesting here. This is a speak and learning card. And there's a what? A QR code on there. There's also a QR code on the back of the box. Okay, QR code on the back of the box. Children's toy now. And the thing, it says 20 phrases and songs made with love and support for the littles from day 6 months to 3 years is what they say at the bottom. Now, I love Miss Rachel. She's great. And millions of other parents do too, I'm sure. I was, kind of surprised to see like somewhere on here said that it was like required English. Okay, so I thought that was an interesting note. Keep that in the back of your mind. So this was a one-time. Here's where it's going to get amazing. Okay, I hope you're going to follow me here. This woman who has YouTube got so popular in her space of educating children. She's got her own products. This method, what I'm about to show you here, this will work for any product, any brand. The better the brand you are, the better the experience you can offer. I think this gives a unique experience with what I'm about to show you here. But what's happening, in my opinion, is we're at a point in time where we've got an opportunity, especially with things like this coming in every Amazon package that you buy, QR code, warranty, this, that, the third. The thing I think that we're going to see is the use of those QR codes and the use of these NFC tags here, these stickers that I'll show you guys here in a bit. It's going to allow us to embed AI into the actual real world, physical things. And I believe this is going to unlock subscriptions for products. So this, what was a one-time purchase, and I shout out to who gave this to my daughter. She loves it. She loves all the things. But this is a one-time purchase, however much it was. $40, $50, I don't know. One time. when you are using AI, you're using up LLMs, you're eating up tokens. When you're with CBB, we take care of those tokens for you. But here, I believe this is your portal. Scan, and now this thing knows a lot more than 20 phrases. It knows a lot more than 20 phrases in songs. And it knows a lot more languages. I think this is the future. And so today I'm going to show you what I made that my daughter absolutely loved. It was a Miss Rachel AI. And so I look at this as an extension of what the product was. And I can only imagine, I can see it right now. I mean, it's happening. Even if it's not getting talked about so much yet, it's coming. There would be able to say, okay, do you want to extend the life of the newness or the uniqueness or the creativeness or the funness or the just the entertainment by subscribing to the Miss Rachel AI? That might mean you get a certain amount of messages before you have to refill the tank, because the company, the brand, and definitely not Miss Rachel, she's not going to foot the bill for all the token usage. That's not their model. They would allow, math in mind, a certain number of messages, songs, whatever, and then you'd have to fill up the tank again. That is what I believe is going to happen with many, many products. You're talking about, your extended warranties to your toys. Okay, I believe AI is going to be embedded everywhere. And the ones that have it, we all know, if you're competing against someone that doesn't have AI, and you do have AI, you're probably gonna win, okay, against the person that doesn't. So with that, let's go ahead and look here at our screen and shout out to old Miss Rachel. We would totally give her a bot. But I hope this inspires many of you guys to say, okay, what's he about to show me and how can I do this? There might be some of you that already have products out there that this would be a perfect thing to add. All right, so let's open up our screen here. Share. All right. And thank y'all as always for joining me. I hope this is going to be fun and valuable, and maybe even a little entertaining. I was holding up a doll, okay? Shock value. So Chatbot Busy. We already made an account. I've already created this bot, so I'm going to kind of walk you through it. I called it Ray. So this is our analytics page. I'm going to go to settings here, and because this is the real deal now, I'm going to rename the thing to Miss Rachel. And again, this is just for educational purposes. I'm just trying to inspire and educate here what you can do, what is already possible right now, because a lot of people don't understand. So MC Rachel, that's a funny one. MC Rachel, Miss Rachel. All right, so let's look and see what I've done here. Number one, I'm using a default flow here. So I know that we're all about that agent life, and we might be able to talk about agents later on in this video, but I'm not using multiple agents. No need for a swarm. For this use case, it's just unnecessary. So I want you to understand that too. In your case, just because you can doesn't mean you should is a real thing. Meaning just because you can make 5, 6, 10, 100 agents doesn't mean you necessarily should. Okay? So in this case, I just use one. I'm using one default flow. So I can go to integrations here and I can see there's no default agent here. So there's nothing to worry about. I click on agents, have none made. Okay. I'm not using any quote unquote agents at all. So again, nothing is enabled here. And instead I'm using a default reply audio flow, a default flow. Let's go check that out. We'll come first to the audio folder, and I've got 3 different flows here. One is a function. You know we're going to have fun if a function's involved. First, let's look at the welcome message audio. What I've got going on here, very, very simple stuff. 1, 2, 3 blocks. First, I'm generating a welcome message. Okay, and so I'm using the advanced toggle up here. Here's all of your OpenAI options that you can choose from. And I'm using many, of course. And I'm saying you're the famous YouTuber and educator, Miss Rachel. Your goal is to say welcome, ask for the username, And if they're ready to play and learn, keep it short and sweet. That is going to be saved in a custom field in a variable. In this case, it's called welcome message. No functions are enabled because it's just the first thing that's happening. And I've got a temperature set to 0.3. So we're going to produce an answer, generate an answer, and save it in the welcome message custom field. Perfect. Normally, you're just going to have one additional block with a text element. But because I wanted to use Miss Rachel's actual voice, because again, my daughter is very smart, she's going to know the real voice versus the fake voice. So in this case, instead of using OpenAI's provided voices, I decided to use 11 Labs with our direct integration here. So the input text, I don't have to think about. I'm going to make it dynamic as done by AI. So the custom field that we just created in the previous step, it's going to say, hey, I'm Miss Rachel, and what's your name, and do you want to learn? That text should be right here. The voice we've chosen from our 11 Labs account, I named it Miss Ray Ray because I think that sounds fun. And then we've got the response, the audio file being saved here. AI audio welcome. Continue. So we've generated the message. Now we're generating the audio, generating the text, generating the audio. The third block here, I named send audio. As you can see, I included a little waving GIF because I wanted to have I feel like it's going to be just a much better experience when you're looking at multimodality and different objects like GIFs, images, and sound. So I've got a welcome GIF here, and then I've got the generated audio that we just got from 11 Labs, and that's going to be presented here. So let's see how this looks. I'm going to just hit preview here, and we should get our welcome message here in a second. I'll also do this on my phone so you could actually see it. Wow, that's loud. Whew. That is loud, son. Sorry about that. Y'all didn't hear that, I don't think, but in my ears, that was... The whole idea behind what I wanted to do here was have an experience where it was interactive. So I could say something like, well, I'll wait till I get on my phone so you could also hear it. But I also want you to see it. So just check this out. I've got a function that we'll look at here in a second, but this is the welcome message. So you'll see this only once when it first starts, when you first tap the QR code, when you first scan the NFC tag. The first thing that happens in this scenario is the welcome message is sent to the user. We get the GIF and we get the little welcome message that says, hey, what's your name? And so now I'm just going to go ahead and show you some fun things. I'm going to go ahead and ask for a video. So the lady's a famous YouTuber. She's got 100 plus videos. Our bot knows all of them. So I'm going to be like, can you please help me watch your ABC's video? Let me see your ABC's video, cousin. Bam, son. Boom. All the videos, they're already there. And I could just play. And that's what we did, literally for, I don't know, 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes earlier this evening when I was showing my daughter what I made. I said, what song do you want to hear? And she said, a couple of the words from, I know all the songs. I won't lie. So she said something and I was like, oh, it's a birthday song or the ABC song or whatever. And it worked like magic. Okay. So anyways, that's just another fun thing we can do, but let's look and see if we're going to talk. We'll say, what is your name? I don't think you're going to be able to hear it yet. And I'm not going to let my ears get blasted. So, and that is exactly how she sounds. The little bit you could probably hear. So the whole idea here is it's because obviously my 2-year-old is smart, but she can't read just yet. She does know the letters A, B, and C all day long, and several others that she could point out. She could sing the whole thing, but she's not reading yet. Okay, don't hate on me. She'll be reading maybe in 6-7 more months. Give it time. But it's audio. It's audio and video at this point. In certain cases, if the right message was sent or she said the right thing, a video might pop up that is only from the list that I provided, which was from her YouTube channel. So the welcome message, good. And this is our first default reply from our default flow message sent to us. So let's go over to that default flow. In this case, we'll hit flows and we'll go to our audio folder because that's where it is. That's where it is. Default reply audio. So again, very, very simple. Generating the text, generating the audio, and then sending the audio file. So here, let's look and see what my prompt is, because this is where all the juice is. This is all the good stuff. All right, so it says, you are Miss Rachel, the educator, blah, blah, blah. You're really awesome. Your role is to deliver clear and joyful instructions. And literally, I got this prompt by saying to ChatGPT as well. I was like, give me a prompt for Miss Rachel, the famous YouTuber. Give me a prompt. So like, I haven't truthfully read all this, but it works amazing. And it was funny that just ChatGPT knew exactly who she was, because again, this is all just generated immediately. Educational tools, interactive songs. So like, that's literally what the thing has been doing. All these instructions here. And then this is where it gets kind of good. What I did here was I used browser.ai, to grab all of the YouTube video titles, links, and I guess how many views it says. Because I see views and then I guess how long ago. So this is all of her YouTube videos right here, bro. All of them, son. That's a lot of YouTube videos. And then I've got a little instruction here. If the user requests a video, send them the send video flow. And I include the ref here just to give it some extra oomph. But this is the function. Message inside of my prompt. This is a function. Send video right here. And I'll show you how I made that work. But this is the default reply. So I've got every single video that she has. I could be pulling that from a Google Sheet. But in this case, I just put it right in the prompt. The power's in the prompt, man. Put it right up in there, like swimwear. And a very simple set of instructions, basically saying, hey, this is who you are. This is how you should talk. All right. And then the last input is whatever the user, whatever me or Vivi or whoever is sending this thing. Okay. So whatever we say, that's the message here. Last input that's sent to this prompt. Right. And then it's saving the generated response here in AI default reply. A lot of people have questions on when and where to place your function call. So I'll explain that now. Again, you would not put a function in your welcome message because it would never be meaningful. The user's got to do something in order for a function to be called. So in the case they get past the welcome message and now they're either speaking or typing into the app, we're going to generate a response every time and send it unless the user has said something here at the very bottom. Let's go back and look, because this is really the only instructions I have. If the user requests a video, send them the send video flow. And then here's the ref, the flow ID. Because you don't have to have this, but for me, when I really just want it to be always consistent, sometimes I'll add this. You can find this right in the URL of any flow that you wanted to send. And again, you don't have to have this, but this is really the instructions that the bot understands. Okay. And so when I say I want the ABC song or the, veggie song or whatever, it's going to understand that song must be, or the thick bro, row your boat. That would be one that we could test. If I said something that was not row your boat, but I made something up and it was not related, and it wasn't on this list, it would not pull. And the function would not be called because there would be no match. Essentially, we're looking for a match here, and that is what is triggering the flow to actually be working. So when the intent is recognized, hey, the person wants a video. If a video has matched in this list, that calls the function. which in our case, it'll trigger a flow. But anyways, the thing you need to take home here, this is my prompt. It is pretty big. It's not that big, but I mean, it's there. And it does exactly what I wanted to do so far in my tests, in Vivi's tests. So it's being saved in AI default reply, continue. And it's just then being generated again in the same exact way as the welcome message. You've got the AI default reply, Miss Ray, and it's being saved in AI default audio. Yeah, that's exactly right. AI default audio is perfect. Here is how you would, again, if you've not used the file, I'll show you how you can do that. Is literally, I'm going to take the custom field here. And what you would do is you could save it. You could stay on the same block, add content, and then you would just hit file, audio, insert the link, and the link is the custom field. This is the same exact thing, right? But we don't need to have them doubled up. For me, I'm using 3 blocks so you could visually see how this is working. Technically, you could build the whole thing in 1 block. Doesn't really matter. All right, so I'll hit publish here. And I think what I'll do next is I'll show you the actual web chat that I made. And I'll let you guys try it. How about that? Let's go to analytics here and go to manage. Here's our web chat. Miss Rachel. So I made this like, an hour ago, 8 o'clock or whatever. So I don't have a name in the header here, and I don't have a welcome message set here. But what I do have is a start chatting conversation starter. Then when someone clicks this button, they're going to then be able to send a flow, or they're going to receive a flow. And that is going to be the welcome message audio flow. So they'll scan, they'll open up the chat, the GPT, if you will. This is the real custom GPT that's outside of OpenAI's ecosystem, out in the wild, and the flow will be sent. Continue. Here is the brand color I've chosen for Miss Rachel, and here is the CSS that our prompt GPT generated for us. And maybe if you guys want this, I'm happy to give this to you as a template. I think it looks nice, and it'd be very easy to adjust how you like, if you like this look. So yeah, let's go ahead and click save here. And what we can do, let's go ahead and click on get link, and let's click on marketing tools here. And let's go to our magic links. I'm going to name the thing Ms. _Rachel. I'll paste it in the link. Do not use any spaces here or the magic will not work. All right, so this is perfect. Continue. And let's see. Let's test this thing out. We can test it together. Here is the, skirt. Here is the QR code here. All right, and I'm going to actually scan the thing too. If you'd like to scan it, you're more than welcome. This won't be live very long, so if you see this video in the future, and you're not joining us tonight live, then there's a chance it might not work, because I'm just not going to have a open subscription for this. So here we go. I'm gonna scan this thing myself here, and we'll see what we can do. I do think you will like the way it looks. Let me see if I can before I go, I'll see if I can I open the link? Create a QR code for this image, and it is a QR code. How funny. What I'll do here is I'll click cancel for a second, and I'll get the link, paste it right there, and then I'll use my buddy's trick that he taught me here with this little little thing here. Why don't I have enough permissions, player? You better not be giving me no error. Miss Rachel. Why? Why would you do that? Why would they give me an error right here? Do I already have too many people? No way. Yeah, so there's 11 seconds ago. Tripping. All right, so Maybe I shouldn't have 2 tabs open, or maybe it might have been that stupid little plugin. Maybe I didn't pay it. I don't know. That must be what it is. It doesn't like the plugin there. How funny. Whatever. Whatever. No problem. Anyway, you can pretend. Or maybe I'll just like make it. I'll do it ghetto. I'll just make it smaller like this. If anybody wants to also do it, I'll open it back up just for a second. And they're magic links. They are magic. Get QR code. All right, cool. So you guys can see this is how it looks on my phone here. So I've got a animated little quick reply. It's kind of nice. I've got the logo here. Also, let's actually, what we can do as well is, let's see if I can. We'll actually scan the thing that they provide. Where's that card at? So I'm going to also open up a tab where their current spinmaster.com. So this card that was included, in the toy or whatever, it opens up to this page, which I'll put on my computer screen as well. But this web chat could easily just go right there. So like they would not have to redirect their code. They could literally just use it how they want to, if they did, which is great. So let's see if I can open this on a new tab here, just so we get the visuals, you know? All right. So let's open up my notes here. My computer's going crazy with this new, what's it called, update? Apple AI update on my computer. All right, so this is where it goes. So like, this is where obviously the design was inspired from. Her page here. I could match up that blue a little bit nicer, but I wanted a gradient versus just a static deal there. If I knew exactly what that font was, I could do that. But she's got her nice little videos here too. So this is great. And she wants you to sign up for the email. Okay, because email is key. Why is email key? So she could sell more of these, player. She wants to sell more. That's why she wants the thing. But she doesn't know, because this is not a thing really yet. She could be getting not this money for the doll one time. No. Put an AI in there and you're good. So I'll click start chatting. Let's see the experience here. Start chatting with Miss Rachel. All right, so she just spoke to me. So this is the experience. All right, so let's just understand here. Let's just look. Let's understand here. I sound so weird. So this is the experience that we would be able to provide if we wanted it to be just a GPT. It'd be done just like this. This is the way I customized it. You could do it whatever you want. This to me looked like it would work. I could have this experience or this experience or a combination. We could easily, I wonder if we could use, let's see if we could even use, that would be fun. And look at it, it says pages QR code videos. That's funny. Miss Rachel. So it's a redirect. Let's see if we can do that actually. Let's try to see if we can use our handy dandy bot simulator. Let's see. Get to that link, player. Can we use our bot sim on your thing, Miss Ray? No. I'll have to see what kind of like embedded site she's using. That's usually the case where something like is like embedded with an embed. It wouldn't work. But this is how her little deal looks. That looks baller, son. No effort. Prompt GPT is the best GPT in the GPT store. That is cool. And if it's mobile, it'll go large on the whole screen already. I did make, you'll notice maybe if you've got a keen eye, these corners are rounded versus these. There's just small differences. There's no close button here because this is a full page experience and this is the web chat. So yeah, sure her homepage didn't work, but there are people in CBB Nation like Kim, for example, who's showing you the trick. Shopify sites are similar. They block you from iframing them, but that's okay. Anyways, it would work on her site, that's for sure. Anyways, now let's say I'm gonna do something like I'll talk to the thing on my deal here on my phone, and we can go to my inbox. Let's see how many contacts we've got now. 21, son. CBB Nation strong tonight. I love y'all. Start chatting. Okay, cool. So like I'll be on here next. So let's see. All right. So I'm gonna refresh my screen here, and I'll click start chatting. And there's me.
Hi there. Welcome. What's your name? Are you ready to play and learn? Let's have some fun.
So I'll say, yeah, my name's Vivi. What can we do? She's generating. She's giving me a big list, it seems.
Hi, Vivi. I'm so glad you're here. We can have so much fun together. Here are some things we can do. One, sing songs.
So we don't need to listen to that, but like already just to give you a slam dunk. Watch this. In español, por favor. The doll here, guys, can't do it in Spanish. The doll doesn't do it, but we can make that extension, son. The extension, and we'll make it work.
Hola, Vivi. Estoy muy feliz de que estés aquí. Podemos hacer muchas cosas divertidas juntas.
Boy, what?
Aquí tienes algunas opciones.
Gangster. Wait, I'm so sorry. I meant Japanese, please, Rachel. Rachel. Talking about AI Rachel. It's so wild to me, guys.
大丈夫だよ、Vivi。ここに来てくれてとても嬉しいです。
I don't know the name of the language. There might be multiple. Can you do that in the most common Filipino language? And also tell them shout out to CBB Nation? I don't know if she'll be able to do this, but I won't be able to tell anyways. Y'all have to tell me, my people.
Walang anuman, Vivi. Natutuwa akong nandito ka. Maraming masaya at nakakatuwang bagay ang maaari nating gawin. Narito ang ilan sa mga ito. 1. Kumanta ng mga awit. Maaari tayong kumanta ng mga
Bro, she's going ham for like 50 seconds.
Ngayon. At shout out sa CBB Nation.
No! That's so fun. I'm sorry. I'm yelling in your ear. All right, so let's skip on past this because we're about to be done here. This be I don't even have 35 minutes. We'll be done here in less than 10. I'm going to show you guys the fun stuff now. It's Friday. NFC, baby. So what am I going to be able to do here? In this case, NFC could be hidden in different places. This one, I'm going to put it right in the overalls player. Watch this. It's about to be so, no one's ever done this before, man. I promise you. I'm going to see if I can share my screen here on my iPhone. I'm just doing all the things today for y'all. I'm going to see if I can share this thing. Make it actually work for once. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to encode NFC. So instead of having to necessarily squeeze the hand of the doll, I'm going to take my device, my phone, my watch, whatever. I'm going to be able to get it just close enough, and it's going to activate the chat, and I'll be able to see that. So let's see. I should be able to share now. Let's see if it finds Reflector. Someone told me about Reflector before that I need to quit messing with it at this point. It waste all the time. And I do apologize, but I mean, there's only so much we can do when we're live, you know. So I think we'll be able to rock it here in a second. I believe this would work. No, it's not that one. It'll be this one maybe. Okay, cool. So you guys see my screen now. All right, so this is, again, here's my phone here. It looks great. We're gonna take this URL, copy it, and we're gonna go to NFC tools, and we're gonna download it because obviously I haven't done this in so long. Wow, I've got NFC videos on my phone here. Okay, so NFC tools is now open, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on write. Then we're gonna click add a record. The record is gonna be a URL, and we're gonna paste. Now, the one thing you do want to remember, we have HTTPS selected at the top right here. So you don't want it right here as well. Back that out and click OK. Now I'm going to take the NFC sticker here. Can you see it? NFC sticker here in my phone, and I'm going to hit write and just get them very close together. Boom, and you get the check mark. So we've encoded this sticker with the URL. We've done the same thing a QR code can do, except in less steps. So now I'm going to take the doll here. It's so funny with me and the doll. And I'm going to just stick it right underneath her little overalls here. So that way, basically, it's like stays out of sight, out of mind, but it'll still work just fine. So I've hidden the NFC sticker here, and what I'll be able to do now is just say, okay, let's just take our phone. I'm going to get it close enough, and we should be able to tap that thing, hopefully. Let's see. I'll first show you off the outside the thing. It only needs to have the slightest bit of space between. Okay, cool. So that's perfect. Tap and go. Perfect. Okay, so I'll put it on the front. Maybe I should do it like this. Let's see. Put it right here. And let's see if I can open it again. It's just getting close. Yep, perfect, dude. That's it. So watch. Little doll here. I'm gonna get the iPhone just close enough. I'm not touching it, you see? I'm not touching you, right? Watch. I'm gonna say, you can see my phone, right? So I'm gonna get, let's see how close we have to be. And my phone's got like a crazy guard on it. Boom. I touched it that time. Let's do it one more time. I'm gonna turn my phone kind of like off for a second. Turn it back on. And we'll see how close we have to be. Let's see, is it gonna be here? It probably looks crazy by now. Boom. And I tap that thing there. And there she is. So the last thing I'll show you guys, and this would be like how you actually are able to ensure you're making money here when you're using this stuff. You got to make an adjustment with our flow. So here's our flow. Let's go to the flows here. We're gonna go to the default replies. What's important? Audio. Default reply. And what we need to do is understand, okay, let's imagine that we've got different tiers. So you say 100 messages a month, 500 messages a month, 1,000 messages a month, or something like that. What we can do here is start off with a cuff, with the welcome message, for example. The welcome message could give you essentially a countdown, or we could just start it from here. And so maybe what we'll do is we will say, okay, we'll make an action. I guess we don't need this open anymore. So I'll make this larger. We'll start off with an action, and we'll connect it over here. And well, I guess we could actually, before we connect it, let's just make it, because maybe we'll do a condition. We'll say add content, actions, set custom field. The custom field will be, we'll make it new, and it'll be a number. We'll say messages left. Messages left. Okay, messages left. And we'll start everyone, maybe we'll start everyone at like 50 or something, or 100. But what this is going to do is it's going to decrease this by 1 every single time. So the first step here, decrease messages left. All right. Decrease messages left. And then we'll have a condition here that's like going to check how many messages there actually are. So the condition will be messages left is, and we'll say greater than or less than. What do we want it to do? We'll say is greater than 0. Greater than 0 is good. All right, when it goes 0 or below, that you ain't gonna be able to keep going. So click save. All right, so the default reply before anything happens, when we send that first, we get the welcome message, then we type something or say something to Miss Rachel, the default flow is going to kick in. This is the default flow, and the very first thing that's going to happen is this custom field here, messages left. This is going to be decreased by 1. Then we've got a condition, and we're checking how many messages are left. If greater than 0, here. If it's less than 0, if it's not greater than 0, it's going here. And we're going to just be like, sad face. Be like crying baby. Crying baby. Yeah. And just be like, sorry, you're out of messages for now. If you'd like to purchase a top off, click below. And keep your little ones happy. She doesn't say one. She calls them littles. Keep your littles happy. Right? Pressure, parents. All right. And shout out to all my people that are more familiar with Captain Kangaroo. I love you guys. I couldn't find a good audio. I was hoping to surprise y'all, by the way, to have a good audio of that, but I just couldn't find something that was really great to use, unfortunately, before the video. But I did see that. I wish I could have accommodated it. That'd have been funny. But we'll like buy more messages. Buy more messages, what we would do. And wherever you would sell your messages, which you could sell them right in CBB, you could, but we'll just put in Chatbot Builder. And this is how they could buy the messages. Okay, and we'll hit save. All right, so now we have a condition here. We have gated off our GPT because we said, all right, listen, you're gonna have a message taken away every time. This happens before anything. Then we check how many messages do you have left. If it's greater than 0, you're good. If it's not, then you're going over here, homie. You gotta buy more. And so what we would do to ensure that we actually set the thing is you'd really want to get the email, obviously. But we could say welcome message here. We could say after, we could maybe make that the very first thing that happens. We could do that. We could also require them to input their email first. So we could say something like welcome message. We could say, here's what we could do. Condition. And first of all, we need to like also give ourselves one action here to receive the 50 free messages. So you go to actions, and then you go to set custom field here. Set custom field. The custom field is going to be messages left set to 50 or 100, whatever you wanted to give. 25 messages. And then every single time you got that default reply hitting, it's going to decrease by 1. So you got 25 to start. Send one message, 24. Send another one, 23. Send another one, 22. Get all the way down to 0. You ain't getting no more responses. You're going to get the buy now message. That's how you monetize things here. So what we're going to do here is we'll say, do we know their email? Okay, condition. Email is contains, has value is what we want. Do we know their email? And if we do, then we can go over here. All right, and do we know their email? If we don't, we could get the email first. We could say in order to start a conversation with Miss Rachel, in order to start a conversation with Miss Rachel, please confirm your email address. We will send you a PIN number. And then you may continue to have fun, sing, and learn. Right? So give us your email, buddy. Get the email. Save it in your email custom field. Don't allow a skip here. And so now you can check your Google Sheet or your list or your database here with us inside your account to see, did this person pay? So they're going to get the email. And in the case that you did want to go ahead and send the email, you would do it right from your dashboard. Lots of people have been signing up their email accounts with CBB and Amazon. That's good. You can use other providers, but we do recommend AWS for scale. So here would be like your PIN. I guess you could say, we could do your PIN here. And if you wanted to like show it, I'll show you how to make the PIN. Add content, actions, tools, generate a random number. You could also do this with AI if you wanted to, but this is just a programmatic way. The numeric minimum and maximum number is what I like to do. The minimum, I'll say, is going to be 10,000. Okay, and then I'll do 9999. The custom field, I should have made a custom field for this, but we could, we'll call it messages left for now, and I'll make a custom field real quick to save that in, actually. Actions, set custom field. We'll call this PIN. We'll save it as a number. PIN. All right, I'm gonna go back here, and so now I can messages left. It'll be PIN. So what's happening is a number between 10,000 and almost 100,000. I can't say that many nines. I'm too country. We'll get a number randomly saved in our custom field for PIN. Save. And so they give the email here. Give us your email. After they do, we generate a random number. That number is saved to PIN. We don't need this set custom field anymore. So generate the random number. It's saved in PIN. An email is sent. We don't have our email connected to this account, but an email would be sent from your business to the email they just gave you. And you could say, even in the subject line, PIN, here's your PIN, right? We don't need any of this stuff, really. We could just say PIN. Okay, and so then what we would do here is first, we'll make this the condition here, right? So they're going to provide their email. We're going to send an email with a PIN. They're going to have to provide, we'll ask them here in the web chat, we'll say, get user data. We'll say, please confirm the PIN number that we sent you. And so here we're going to click edit. We're going to make a new custom field, and we're going to call it confirm pin. Confirm pin. Shoot, I should have named that. I should have made that a number. Can I do it? Crap. You know what? That's fine. I'll just say check pin and make sure I actually have it in a number this time. Yes. Number, check pin. Check pin. All right. And so they're going to provide the number, and we're going to check that against the pin that we sent. We're not going to allow them to skip this. All right. So this is saying, tell us the number that you just got in your email. They're going to send that. And then the last thing that we need to do is use a condition to check to see, did they tell us the truth? Why are they lying? So pin is check pin. They must be the same. And if they are, we're going to give them 25 messages, and then we're going to route them right over here. And if that is not the same, sorry, bro. Sorry, that was not the correct pin. We can just do a period here, and let's use quick replies. I don't use these very often. We'll say try again, right? Or add new email. All right. So if they want to try again, because maybe they had they fat fingered it like I do all the time. They entered the wrong thing and hit enter. They don't want another email. They hit try again. They could just paste in the same number. In the case that we needed to add another email, what I would do in this case, I'll just duplicate this guy. Well, actually, I don't need to, because they're going to get a new pin anyways. In this case, we would just use this add new email and go here instead. Right? So I think that's like literally perfect. Let's use our magic wand here. And we can see this is not so scary. This is how we start. Does the email have any value? If it doesn't, just start a conversation. Let us know your email. They send the email, generate the random number, send that thing in an email. They'll see it here. They'll see it here. In that same web chat window or the same browser window, right after this is sent, half a second later, they are now asking for you to confirm the PIN number that we just generated. We provide the PIN. This PIN number is going to get checked. Is the PIN versus the check PIN equal? Are they the same? If they are, you get 25 messages, player. 25. And then here's our first message generated. And here's your GIF. Type for 5 seconds, and there's your message. That is your welcome message, and that is how you get your points. And if you don't have the correct PIN, you go here. Sorry, that was not the correct PIN. Try again. Add new. And after these 25 messages, or let's see, what was it? How many messages did we use for the default reply? Default reply audio. So we're getting 25. And then as soon as we send a message, after we've provided the email and the PIN, as soon as we send a message, now we're hitting the default flow. We've got 25 messages left, but this is being decreased by 1 every time. After you hit 0, you got a crying baby, and you got to spend more money. And that, my friends, is it. I guess I'm like my program to like go for an hour or something. How did y'all like that one? Was this too much? Was this too technical? Was it boring? NFC tools. Somebody knows NFC tools. Okay. Do we need to? Yes. You were ahead of me. Do we need to start a condition? Yes, you do. Sorry. I was getting there. I was getting there. Watching a dinosaur song and dancing. It's our software, Blaine. CBB Nation. You see that prompt engineer? If you're a prompt engineer, you're where you belong, son. Join us. CBB Nation, Chatbot Builder AI. Ryan, when you have a little Vivi, don't you worry. I'll send you all sorts of NFC stuff like this, dog. That was cool, man. Tell me this. Do y'all, is it just to me, or do y'all also believe that you're going to just be able to tap things like this and experience them? To me, that is just it's just so easy. You can't get it wrong like a QR code. I believe for sure, without a doubt, I think we might have gone over our contact limit in case our deal doesn't work. I could change that for us really quick in case there'll be some other people that want to try this. Let me open up my dashboard and I'll open up some more contacts really fast before I jump out of here and forget. And you were like, oh, your bot doesn't work, bro. You suck. You suck. It's okay. Rachel. Miss Rachel, is that what I named it? Miss Rachel. Okay, yeah. I think I've got too many contacts. I don't have, now we do. Now we're Gucci, man. And now it's working perfectly. Yes, sir. So yeah, this is a slick little, that's super, you can't see anything. This is a slick little, this is a real GPT, y'all. This is the GPT that people really want. The businesses are going to start begging for this experience that we offer the best. Y'all see that?
Hi there, welcome. What's your name? Are you ready to play and learn? Let's have some fun.
Come on, man. And let's just see, yes. I'm just going to type yes, and it should ask me for my email. That is so good. It's so good, guys. The GPT, again, for those of you that don't know, I really got to do a better job of reminding you guys of things. I feel like I'm always talking to the OGs here, but we welcome new people like Blaine, anyone that's here. Prompt GPT is your friend. It's very, very good when it wants to be, and I just have no control here. I feel like it's getting better sometimes, and then it disappoints me. But we're not changing anything. But say you wanted to use this, I'm not showing my screen, am I? Here you go. In case you wanted to use Prompt GPT, this is how you get there. Here's your dashboard. Anywhere you want to be, I can click here, Prompt GPT. Here I should be able to be like, hey, how do I make the font size bigger for the messages between the chatbot and the user? Chatbot. Golly. This is like an impossible word to say. And it should give me just a very simple little answer. And it's exactly the correct answer. Exactly the correct answer. I find, and this is how I do it too, it's just faster for me to do this and even confirm with the documentation stuff myself. At times, it's just easier to do things more of a one step at a time to understand what you're really doing in the best way with Prompt GPT. Oh man, I love you guys. President Bush in the house. President Bush. What up, dude? Hans, man. And Miss Susan, I'm so glad that you're doing well and you're crushing it. I want you to slay it. I'm glad that we've had a couple conversations. It was good to hear about your story there. We got some really talented people here in CBB Nation. Really, really talented. Do you need an app? That's the beautiful thing. You don't need an app. It's so compatible now. Every single phone will work. That's such a good question, because when I first started playing it with NFC, way back, I forgot the song, way back when I had the lumberjack with the hat to match, right? That way back. That was a thing. You had to really worry about, well, is this device going to be compatible with NFC? What I would always be able to say is, well, listen, while NFC is going to be the preferred way, it's faster, easier, you can't mess it up, you tap it. In the case that the phone doesn't have it activated, or in 2020, in the case they're using a super old phone and it didn't work, then you had the QR code. One of those two would totally work. We're at the point now where they'll always work. Is this, if your phone is capable of using Apple Pay or a Google Pay, It's capable to use NFC because the action is exactly the same. Good to see you, Andre. Killing it. You're just out there killing it, dude. I hope your course is doing well. Charles, I need to give you the keys to Prompt GPT, honestly, dog. I know you could make it better than I've done it, but it is good for what it is. I will say it's good for what it is. It knows everything. We just don't know the right questions to ask sometimes, and Charles is the master. This will be an awesome GPT setup for coaches to do exactly, Kim, exactly. It's beyond even just coaches. I was talking to Hans here. I was planting that season in Hans. What is the selling point for NFC over a QR code? Excellent question. So NFC, all right, so think of the steps. You're a really critical thinker, Marissa. Think of the steps, every single step you'd have to map out from the moment you've picked up your phone to make that QR code work. In general, so we could count it. So I picked up my phone, step one. From my home screen, I see a camera button there, but I'm probably gonna swipe up. Already I've lost. So pick up the phone, step one. Swipe up, press two, or step two. Tap camera icon, that's step three. Point camera at the QR code that you see. That's step four. Click the camera correctly, and I just missed it. That's step five. So some people are already frustrated after they've not clicked the thing. So step, six now? I'm on the landing page. 6 steps, 6 ways to fail. As we need to look at it as developers, that's 6 chances you're giving a user to mess up, whether it's their fault or their device's fault or whatever. In the case we're using NFC instead, it's literally a tap and I'm done. A tap and a tap. I did it without even looking. That's the difference between NFC. Also, you're going to be able to use these tactically different. One disadvantage of NFC, I would say, is you cannot interact with these from far off. Okay, they've got to be very, very close to the device if you want them to work. Whereas a QR code could be, way down. I mean, at church, you could see the QR code way up on the, we go to a big church, I guess. So they tell you to scan the QR code and everybody from the back could see that thing because it's on 2 big screens. So NFC couldn't do that. But the thing is, here's what I'm telling you. Without really being coached or pushed or enticed, people are just hesitant to do things just yet. But I told you 4 years ago at this point, there's going to be QR codes on everything. Usually there's one on the monster can at this point, but I've got the small skinny one because I'm getting rid of the dad bod. QR codes are going everywhere. NFC is going to catch on like wildfire, and you can count on as soon as Apple and Google both have the ability to have your driver's license in your wallet, your digital wallet or whatever, it's gangbusters over for NFC. Invest in all the NFC companies. as soon as you see that, I think there's only 4 or 5 now. Mine not being one of them, unfortunately. But it's tap and go. That's right. Tap and go. It's big in other countries. And there's a lot of things you can do with NFC. This is the whole premise of Tap the Table. Tap, order. That was the whole deal. And now with AI, it's meaningful to put it in other places. Can the URL of the QR code be customized? It can be. The URL can be customized. It's called entry points in our system. Go to marketing and you'll go to entry points, and then you'll be able to customize the endpoint link. And we also have exactly, dude. That's exactly the premise was tap, order, or tap, get service, But entry point links allow you to use a ref, which will be customized to whatever phrase you want it to be. And we do have a custom domain option. So if you didn't want Chatbot Builder as your URL, it could be your own domain. Tap the tizzy. QR code on my studio window. Sounded like a QR code on my studio window sounded like a good idea. I mean, here's the thing. All right, here's a great example. Here's your mic drop for the night. And this is coming from someone that's got mega experience with QR codes. So take this to the bank if you want. You'll get a good investment out of that. You don't got to listen to me, and you'll probably end up saying QR codes don't work. Just like people said 10 years ago, social media doesn't work. Where are those people at now, right? Here's the thing, Hans, and everyone listening, you're correct. A QR code outside of your studio on your window is a great idea. But here's the thing. I'm not trying to say people are lazy. I'm not trying to say people don't read, but I am saying that. So here's what you got to understand. The QR code cannot be this little, like the biggest mistake. Let me explain. The biggest mistake on the back of this box is the QR code is not bigger. The QR code is not prominent enough. It doesn't scream, scan me. It doesn't scream, scan me. So I'll bet you there's a low percentage of people that scan the back of the box. They want you to scan the thing. That's why they put it there. They put the ink on there. They designed it. And they also put a whole card in here. But this thing, the whole back of this thing should have been the QR code. Scan this for your warranty. Scan this to talk to Rachel. Scan this to interact. Scan this for whatever, because that's your instant connection. And so if you incentivize the scan me for your first session, 10% off, 10% is big, I guess. A percentage off your first session at Hans Studio. That is how you get people to scan the thing. Sure, you'll get some out of 10 people that pass by. You might get one or two that scan the thing. You're interested and they want to know your hours or something. But you say something, you incentivize it. And if it's an in-person thing, if you've got I usually have my little thing sitting up here, your table toppers. I've watched it myself so many times, guys. I've sat here in clients, and it's been a while, but you've been to one, you've been to all of them for the most part. I've sat there and watched customer and employee interactions with QR codes and NFC right there for loyalty programs or points programs. If the employee nudged the customer just the tiniest bit, hey, if you scan that thing, Messenger is going to open up and you're going to get a point for your visit, and you get 10, you're going to get a free donut, a free bagel. That was one of the first ones I ever did in like 2018 or something like that. Or maybe it was a 2020, I don't remember. All my years are the same. Scan this thing, scan the QR code. Messenger's going to open up, and we know who you are on Messenger. You got your ID, your user ID, and your first name, last name, email. You scan that thing, you only scan it one time in a day, you get that point. This thing sold so much for me. It like made everything real. And so I've been obsessed with the understanding how to track the customer journey from being online to being offline. All right, I think that's it. Tap the CBB clone link tree. We got all the things, man. Rick, what's up, dude? Thank you, bro. I'm out of breath. I got to drink my monster now, and then I'll get back to it. Then I got to start the night shift. What does this say? Martin, let's be my last question. I'm going to jump, but this was too much fun, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out. Can I be sure the QR code won't change when I modify my chatbot? Where's Wendy at? This is an awesome question. So, Martin, I came up with the magic link in 2020 or 2021. In 2020, I'm certain. The magic link has been in use since 2020. My very first shout out to Tom Curry and shout out to Sally. I love you, Sally, the real Sally from TO's and all her other businesses at this point. Sally hit me up this month. Martin, this is such a good question to bring up. One of my very first ever SaaS subscribers. And mind you, Tap the Table is $199 a month for not as many features as CBB at this point, but it doesn't get any love now. It's all CB Bizzle. But Sally's still a subscriber. My day one, her and Tom Curry were the first to ever give me a shot in this space. So they deserve a lot of credit, but Sally still uses the same QR codes from 4 years ago. 4 years strong, baby. So I'm proud of that. I'm super proud of that. And Facebook and Instagram, I think, messed up a couple times, at least once. or they gave us QR codes and then took them away and they didn't work. So as a business, when you're printing that stuff out, this is not working if your provider's going to change things. You don't change things with magic links. There is a perfectly built tool. And there's even QR codes that are on like $500,000 machines. Like they're like lasered in. So we are in business to be here a long time, not just a good time. We want to have both a good time and a long time. That is a great question. You have nothing to worry about there. All right, y'all. That is it. Hey, oh my gosh. Who won? I didn't even watch it. Who won? Did they fight already? Dexter, who won? I gotta watch. Did they already fight? I totally forgot about that show. Charles, do you know who won? Was I on in the middle of them? All right, cool. CBB Nation, who wants to start a watch party and see one of these dudes gets knocked out? I wanted to have their heads on the thing, but that was too much. Anyways, love you guys. Thank you for all the questions. See you later. Peace.